Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. As you can see on the side of the screen, guys, we have the Chimera is up on the test server. Brand new hero. I put a little video out this morning. Seems like a pretty solid hypo tank. 5 pull formations. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how he is, as well as the new pet that is coming out. But the big news, guys, is if you've seen what Dolly said. So I know, again, it's been over on Discord. It's been over on Reddit. If you've seen what Dolly said, a lot of players are speculating that the next Awakened hero, interesting enough, is going to be right here. So they said with Dolly, what is she saying? She is talking about the Greyborn story that is linked directly with Desira. Again, we don't know speculation, but if it rings true to what we've kind of seen before, I know she is a relatively new hero. I know she is used in a couple formations, but again, linking the Greyborn story to the possible awakening of these heroes, Dolly kind of goes hand in hand with the conversation. So it could be Desira that we are going to see as our next awakened hero, which personally, I will be super disappointed, guys, because I still want to see Chimera. I think because she has such the nostalgia value of AFK Arena, that she should be the next hero that we see awaken. But again, we're going to have to see. Probably should be about 2 weeks out after the hypo hero to see exactly who we get. Brett is here. What is going on? Happy Thanksgiving. Got a little bit more for Thanksgiving here. Mickey is here. Holy cow. I was following Mickey's formations. I'm not even sure where he ended up or if he even finished this chapter at this point, but haven't seen Mickey in a bit. Carol is here. Mortal is here. XDare is here, Major, Lewinsky, and David, and Awesome as well. So we're going to go through, guys. I want to build Brutus. We got a couple more cards. We've been farming quite a bit. We're at 24 time emblems. And as you've seen from the little message right there, guys, it is going to be the awakened version of Brutus or bust. We know this is the pay to win account. So if we got to buy some more of our time emblems in here, we are going to buy a couple more emblems. We're going to build them out. How am I today? I'm doing great, guys. I just replaced all of the parts for my Weber grill. Grill is all completely set, and I still have to do the grass, still got to do shopping. Thanksgiving weekend, so what's going on in Canada, guys? It is Thanksgiving over there. Andy and Jesus is here as well. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's get right into the summons, guys. We need one. We need one single copy of the Awakened version of Brutus, guys. Last week, we only pulled one. So I am hoping, saving, praying that streaming, we're going to be able to do this today. Looking at some of these chests, if you caught the last video, guys, we are power leveling 2 things. Really, the 2 big focuses right now on my account. 1, getting essence. 2, getting twisted essence. We're power leveling the account itself, not worried about building up the heroes, but power leveling the account itself and also power leveling the Elder Tree. I gained, I believe, 3 levels on the Elder Tree in 2 days. So making a lot of progression within that Elder Tree. Again, I know some of the heroes might take a little bit of a back seat, but I do want to build up those 2 parts because 1, gaining levels is going to have the most impact because it affects every single hero in AFK Arena. And then the Elder Tree, of course, affects those classes within there. So I am definitely going to focus on those. So first of all, guys, the superb elite stones still have never seen an awakened hero. We've seen 3 hypogens out of here after probably about 30 stones, but we have only seen two or 3 hypogens, 0 awakened heroes. We have seen none. What's going on, Childo? Antonio is here as well as Tonto and Derdek AFK. And Derdek AFK. Again, guys, thank you guys for joining me. We were 6 subscribers away from 27,000 subscribers to the channel, guys, which is absolutely awesome. What's going on, Venom? Thanks for joining us. Let's see, guys, is today going to be the day? Look at it. Garbage again with the superb stones, guys. Walker, I think that's a 3rd or 4th copy of Walker that we pulled in here. Granite and Cetrana. Granite, of course, once you get him up to that, the mythic level with the plus 30 signature item. Cetrana, not really a big draw there, but here we got 6 stones. We've been getting these out of the Misty Valley, guys, collecting up a lot of these, which here we have just more food. It's all fodder at this point, guys. There's only probably 5 or 6 heroes that I do need to build within formations, and these are not them. So again, that's just going to go right down into the fodder hole. Marcus. What's going on, Marcus? Do you remember me? I believe so. A lot of times I remember situations, not names. There's a lot of players that I haven't seen in a while, including Mickey. It's very cool to see that a lot of players are coming back. I didn't know if a lot of the collaboration would bring a lot of players back or if we'd seen a lot more people, but I don't think the collaboration quite had the impact that we seen before, or that we've had, you know, with Irons, that we've seen Joker Queen. I haven't heard as much chatter. I haven't heard as much of the collaboration aspect that it's going to make a difference. Is the new hero going to make a difference? In my opinion, Venom, it's going to be niche for the simple fact that, one, it's a hypogen hero. A lot of free-to-play players, low spenders, things of that nature. It's going to be very difficult to build, especially because they're building Awakened heroes at this point. I think, again, it seems like he's going to be niche at best. He can fit into a formation, but it almost seems like he's going to go into like the 5-man formation and essentially possibly work with Queen or go in with Queen. I tried him out with Scrath. Again, he is beneficial. Brutus would probably be a monster for him to be in a formation with. Again, keeping the heroes together, doing the damage, it seems like that would be a solid formation in there with the new hero as well. But again, he's going to be costly to build. That's the big thing, guys. When it comes to the Celestials, when it comes to the Hypogen heroes, they are expensive to build and they are time consuming, especially if you're building, again, the Awakened heroes. It's going to be expensive to build the heroes, guys. It's been a hot minute. Going to sit back, enjoy. Oh, thank you, Marcus. What's going on, Trisha? Trisha always has amazing, amazing insight into AFK Arena. But let's see, guys. Can we pull Brutus? Again, we have 24 cards. We got 10 cards out of farming the towers. We need one and only one copy here, guys. Once we get Brutus, we're moving right into the Awakened version of Solus, because essentially we have not had an opportunity to pull even one copy. And I think this is just going to be food, which it is, guys. Summon number 2, again, just going to be food. And then I think we got 4 more cards here. And I'm thinking, I was kind of going back and forth, and maybe you guys can help me with this, in which or where we should buy some more cards. So we are out of cards, guys. Again, this is the pay-to-win account. We do put money into this. It is not free to play by any means, but I was almost thinking as going into Yuri's ship, buying these 30 cards right here, $24.99. I looked at a couple different packages, but that would give us the ability to draw some cards out of the well, so have a probability to get some out of there. Diamonds, I looked at both of these packs as well. These don't make a difference because we can't use diamonds to summon them. Even the bi-weeklies, I kind of looked through here, Celestials and Hypogens. But looking here, you do get some cards, which I think it's only 40 Stargazer. So those are not going to work either. Again, I was kind of on the fence. I usually don't buy the packs out of here. I also looked at these guys. Now, this could be the VIP pack. That's what I was thinking, Trisha. That was the next one I was kind of going to. But $99, I got to keep it under 50. So possibly here, 60 cards should guarantee us getting the hero with that VIP 12 pack. So that should do it, guys. That should do it. Yeah, I think it's going to be the VIP pack is going to be it, because that's also going to yield us 60 of our Stargazer cards so we can build them up, add some stars to him. I think that's what we're going to go into. And hopefully it works, guys. I always use gift cards. As you can see, I put $100 on a gift card every single month. That is the balance that we stick with. I know this is kind of outside of the norm that we're spending something on here, but ultimately, guys, we do enjoy the game. It's very cool. We get a lot of super chats. We got a lot of members to the channel, giving back to the channel, which we will in a little bit with memberships. Will definitely work, but there is our VIP pack, guys. Now, looking at Pity Timer, we should have no problem getting Brutus. We've already burnt 24 cards in here, so again, we should have no problem getting another copy of Brutus to finish him out. So that's about 40 cards. Now might be the point where we want to start. I'm going to do some singles here, because essentially with the Pity Timer, players have said 65 cards is where you will see the Awakened version of Brutus. I don't know, or I don't remember how many we spent last week towards this additional copy of Brutus. but it shouldn't be too many, guys. We got 35 copies or 34 cards left right there. We just need one. I don't want to do a 10 pull for him and get a bunch of copies, or it be the first one or the last one. I know this is a little bit more tedious to pull the copy of him, but again, I don't know. We're probably, what, 50 in right now? There it is, guys. Boom. Yes, I'm hoping for the Soulless, guys. Soulless, as you know, even having the Awakened version of Soulless just unlocked makes a big difference. It really makes a big difference having even the one single copy. And of course, some game modes like the Grand Hunt, you can't use the mercenaries in there. So you do have to get them by, guys. But there is Brutus. Love it. I love it. So now, guys, again, we have the Awakened version of Z's. We do have the Awakened version of Thane. Soulless, we're going to build. I only have 2 copies of Taylene, which again, I'm kind of on the fence with her because of the towers. But Soulless, I think, will make a big difference too. What's going on, Marcus? Do you remember the best 10 pull you've ever had? Mine was Alna, Flora, and Awakened Taylene. I did a couple that were pretty good. I like the quad pulls, and a lot of people were saying that they nerfed the pulls. I don't know if there's any truth behind this, between the stones, between the pulls. A lot of people were saying that they have nerfed the pulls. Do you want him 1 star? Yes, we're going to add the stars on here, guys. 103 cards, 91,000 diamonds. We are definitely going to build him out quite a bit. 27 cards. I'm hoping we can, again, pull 1 copy of Soulless. Soulless is going to actually be the next hero that we're building. Again, with her utility, utilizing her in different places. I want to build her out. So we might be able to get a copy, or we're just going to be 27 copies closer to essentially getting her built. Taylene, again, another one that maybe someday we'll build her out, but I've just been murking copies of her right now. I got to remember, we're 27 cards in on the pull and no copy right there. All right. Do you feel nerfed? Yes, that's what a lot of people are saying, Marcus. And thank you, Mortal. You're the best Furry Hippo. Yeah, that's what a lot of players have been saying, guys. We have heard it kind of time and time again, that when it comes to these friendship pulls, they're not seeing Celestials or Hypogens at all, and not seeing the Awakened heroes at all, which has been the case. Most of you know, if you guys caught some of the other videos, we summoned quite a bit the FHG, the free-to-play account, some of the faction accounts. We have seen 0. Even in here, guys, Awakened heroes, it has been, I think, 4.5 to 5 months that we have seen 0 Awakened heroes out of here. So again, I don't know what's going on with our probability, which it looks like it hasn't changed, but overall, we haven't seen the heroes. I don't know what's going on, and it's coming in multiple sources. It's coming in from Reddit. It's coming on a Discord, that so many players are just not seeing the heroes, guys. But there he is. Took a lot of time to actually get him done, but that takes him to the Ascended level. We do have a little bit more food. Again, just recycling all this food, trying to level up the Elder Tree. Not even seeing yeah, that's the problem too, Trisha. So I summoned, I used 1,100 friendship pulls on, I believe the one I just did was the Mauler account. I had 1. I think I seen 1 elite hero that was in there. I don't know why. I don't know what has been going on with it lately. AFK Arena, of course, just says that everything's as normal, whatever it may be. But it's weird. Even seeing a triple or a quad, it's been probably 6 months. It's probably been 6 months past that we've seen kind of crazy pulls out of there that we've been seeing just nothing. There is Brutus, guys. Since they added drop rates for Awakened and Friendship pulls and did not lower the rates of normal, it is a nerf. Yeah, but even after they started the Awakened heroes and the Friendship pulls, we were still pulling them on a regular basis, Childo. But now it doesn't seem very much. What is the ideal build for Geralt and Yennefer? So Geralt, he will be kind of building up as far as you can, because the big thing with Geralt, guys, is you're going to be having to take damage. I built him up right here, guys. 309, probably 60 at least to be effective in here. With him being a warrior class, with him being frontline damage taking, the higher you build him out, the better. For looking at Yennefer, 209 would probably be good for her just because she's a mage in the back caster, not taking a lot of direct damage. If you want to build out her signature item to a plus 30, it's situational. If you want to build out the engraving, again, the engraving comes in situational. So it would be kind of interesting. What do you think about a streaming for your Graveborn for the new Awakened Graveborn? Yes, absolutely, Major. I will stream the Graveborn account. When the new Graveborn comes out, we have an absolute crazy amount of materials on there to build those heroes out. Is Tarnos useful or not? So far, PvP only, Venom. That's it. The only place that we've seen him in the Treasure Scramble. We've seen him in PvP. Short of that, he's not useful really anywhere. Where did I place in the Treasure Scramble? The Treasure Scramble, I placed, I believe, 70? 70. Rank 70 within the Treasure Scramble. Having the Awakened version of Brutus for the Treasure Scramble is going to be a game changer. The 9 of 9 for the CC freeze, yes. So the 309, 30 or 60, honestly, would probably be advisable, again, because Geralt has to live. So when you look at a majority of the frontline tanking heroes or the heroes that go right to the enemy side, you have to keep him alive. A dead hero deals no damage. That is what a lot of players, that is what, you know, we have said through the years. If he dies instant burst, doesn't make a difference. And Strix is summoning Flora. Guys, don't summon Flora. Just a quick FYI. All right, guys, 103 cards, 91,000 diamonds. This should yield us a couple copies of the Awakened version of Brutus. Quick poll right now. One, do you want to keep building Brutus up? Adding, I know 1 star definitely guaranteed for him, but 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, or should we get our 1 star on Brutus and then switch back to Valoris? If you guys remember, Valoris is actually the hero that we have been building up quite a bit. We've been needing more copies of her. So are we taking Brutus all the way to 5 stars like we did with the Awakened version of Thane? Or are we going to swap and build out Valoris after we have Brutus up to that 1 star? That's a good question. What are my Ho teams? The Ho teams are very similar or the same to what we have within the Treasure Scramble. So looking at my formation, guys, this team right here with the Awakened version of Thane is super, super strong, guys. This is probably one of the absolute best PvP teams that we have seen. And what's going on? I am D2 is back again. Thank you for being a supporter to the channel. And I didn't even see the subscribers. Savannah is a new subscriber. Guys, we're 5 away. We are 5 subscribers away from 27,000 subscribers to the channel, which is absolutely crazy. Do 1 star and then switch the team. Is that a PC thing? I've never seen names pop up on the Stargazer. So Elijah, from my understanding, you can turn that off and on. There's something I believe in the options that you can turn the names on and off for the Stargazer on mobile or on the regular one. I think it is there. Yeah, that's what I've heard. So Jonathan says 1 star. Major says 1 star. Do you think Stargazing Lucretia to 5 stars and keep Stargazing for her? No, Childo. That's very, very Stargazing Lucretia to 5 stars and keep gazing for her. No, it's a 3-to-1 trade, Childo. That's absolutely not a good choice. But again, formations. Olegrez works incredibly well. And with Athalia, and then again, we have the Awakened version of Brutus. This is another team, guys, that is super strong within PvP. So this used to be Ainz that we ran right here in the back, has been replaced by the Awakened version of Brutus, which works incredibly, incredibly well. He'll bring them together. He'll do damage. Ezio finishes them off, which works incredibly well. And look at that, Major. We have 2 supporters in here. Very nice. Thank you for all the love and support. So 1 star in Squitch, 5 star Awakened Brutus. Go with the trends you have. So we have 4 left. What Celestial Hypogen should I build between the twins and Lucretia? Honestly, save for the new hypo. I'm probably not going to build the new hypo. I build them and I really do plan it kind of one by one. Because I have to systematically build them, guys. Because when you look at heroes like Valoris, she's going to need the signature item. She's going to need engraving. She's going to need furniture. That is why I systematically build them kind of one by one. Just because of kind of the build or the difference between them. They're expensive to build. These heroes are expensive to build. Damage heroes, particularly, just for the simple fact that they take a lot more investment to pump out the damage that you need them to do. You'll probably get more out of the 5-star Brutus. Yeah, like I said, for the new Hypo tank, this account I'm probably not going to build. I'm probably going to pass on the new Hypo tank. Just looking there and looking again in the campaign formations, a couple different places. I can probably Merc now that I have the awakened version of Brutus, because I just build BMO always lets me borrow. Same with Miller of always lets me borrow some heroes in here. But now that I will build up Brutus a little bit higher, I probably won't have to Merc him, which means the new hero, if needed, I could probably Merc. We'll have to see. So we'll probably get more out of Brutus. So we got Brutus, Skippy said Brutus, Trisha said Brutus. You know what? Let's see. We need 3 copies, guys. If we get the 3 copies quick, we'll swap. If the 3 copies do take a little bit, we will go. Should I gaze for Valoris from scratch or finish Mahira or Mortis? Mahira, I would build up a little higher. There's a point that you're going to need them. You're absolutely going to need Mahira built up a little bit more. She is effective early game, but there's a point building out a little bit more. Mortis is more down the line, Childo. I really probably wouldn't focus. Is the new Hypo good? Seems like it's going to be niche. Niche is what I'm saying for the new Hypo. Seems like you're going to be able to work him in formations, but again, you're going to have to build him out. You're going to have a sunk cost in there of what you really put into the hero to make him effective. Is it going to be worth it? I think for a majority of players, no. The new hero is probably not going to be worth it. I don't think he's going to be an absolute game changer. All right, guys. So we're getting into the summons. Again, 103 cards. Stargazer, fingers crossed. Let's see what we get out of here, guys. First pull gives us double cards, so pretty good there. We haven't seen the diamonds in a while either. More resources and level, of course, as we go through only power level, but there is Brutus, guys. 3 pulls down, 1 copy of Brutus. That is 30 cards used, so pretty good so far. Again, we've been saving diamonds to do this. Next pull gives us a little bit of resources and a mythic piece. Again, just some more resources. Come on, diamonds. Got a Graveborn card, and again, most of the cards are just going to be fodder heroes at this point. There's a Wilder card. Again, just some more resources. But there is Brutus, guys. 2 copies. So I believe that's what, 90 cards? I think that's 90 cards down. So not too bad. We're at about 4.5 for a copy of Brutus. What do I think of the new Beast? So the new Beast is up. He's a little, or I think it looks like a girl. When I look at the face, it looks like a girl. I think it's pretty cool how the shielding aspect is going to work. Joshua, I think it's a big game changer with that shielding aspect that the Beast is going to bring. We're going to have to see, guys. So that's 2 copies of Brutus. Boom, another pull just gives us some more resources, no diamonds. I'm going to burn my 3 last cards, which would be 103 cards used. And we got 2 copies. So again, we're almost right on par with the regular 7 pull, 6.5 pull summons is where it's kind of falling in line. I was hoping that we would have a little bit more pull with Brutus. So there's double Mauler cards in there. Honesta, I know I have to build, and there we go, guys. There is our 3rd copy. 66,000 diamonds. So the probability of getting a couple more copies of him, I don't know. We may be able to. We may be able to get a couple more copies, but that will actually give us our 1st star on him. And with that being said, guys, that is going to let us equip furniture on him. Once we add him to the rooms, that is also going to let us add the engraving on him. Already got that signature item to a plus 35. That added haste. Haste, of course, one of the biggest aspects or attributes of AFK Arena completely. So engraving, I think I saved enough, guys. So There is the plus 30, which is awesome. Yeah, I'm thinking I might switch again just because of the build. Now here we got 45, 45, 45. So literally we just got enough to build up that plus 60 engraving for him. Boom, adding, of course, some more stats in there. I know the physical Pearson here is pretty good. But I think, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use Valoris as much as I think, because even now I don't use her. I don't merc her. But Brutus I use, and Brutus I do use for everything. So kind of on the fence. Again, as much as I would like to continue to build out Valoris, I don't know exactly where or how much, and that's kind of my thought is where or how much I'm really going to use her. Because the Hypo Tower is kind of a lockdown with having one Lucretia team, one Mahira team. That's kind of the big lockdown in that one. So I'm kind of thinking, what do I think of Thisu? Thisu works well. So Thisu is a hero, guys, that does work exceptionally well. But I only see him in the Mauler Tower. So I really kind of sit on the fence with building a hero that is just 100% utilization for a specific game mode. He's not used anywhere else. When you look at Twisted Realm, Cursed Realm, Thisu is not used anywhere. As much as I would love him to be used in a couple different places, again, the viability for him, and there's 3 cards we're just going to drop on Brutus, getting him that 3 of 9 furniture. Be careful, don't turn into Aziz's situation. Yeah, exactly, where you built and regretted. That's kind of my thought. I know Aziz is a wreck, guys. If they let us reset Awaken Heroes, but I'm thinking, because I know the utility of Brutus, and I know, so when you think of Brutus, guys, and this is really where I scale heroes, is Twisted Realm, Cursed Realm. Okay, we see utilization in there. PvP, when it comes to Legends Championship, we see utilization in there with Brutus. When you look at here as well, that works exceptionally well, which is kind of interesting to see. But again, we're seeing Brutus in a lot of different game modes, which is the reason why I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards building him. And honestly, for me personally, out of all of the Awakened heroes, I feel like Brutus is the biggest. Brutus is the most utilized hero. I would say right on tier with Awakened, where a hero like the Awakened version of Solus only has to have 1 or 2 copies and will work incredibly well within the support role that she fills. Yeah, full carry on the tower. That's what I'm thinking. You know what? Trisha has sold me on it, guys. We're going to go for Brutus. 66,000 diamonds. Brutus it is going to be, guys. We got 3 copies. Let's see if we can pull 3 more in here. First one, again, just some more resources. Started to see some go to the bank. Got another card right there. Come on, Brutus. I want to see a double. I would freak out if we seen a triple Brutus in here, guys, because I think the game is just hating on us right now because we are not seeing anybody in here. And there we go, guys. There's one more pull of Brutus. 36,000 diamonds. We need 2 copies. Would you start Stargazing with Morreal or Audrey? Right now, I would go with Audrey. Big reason is Morreal is only used in a couple places, and it seems like a couple places that Morreal was used is now being replaced with the Awakened version of Solus. Morreal short of the tower is really the only place right now that we're kind of seeing Morreal being used. Audrey, absolutely, guys. The damage Audrey puts out is very, very high. We're seeing her within PvP places and things of that. Yeah, this is absolutely rough rates, guys. Got a couple more pulls here, though, and we'll see what we can do if we can finish out with some of these Awakened copies of Brutus. No love for the Stargazer, guys. There's one more, and we have 1 pull left. Final pull gives us a copy. Look at that. Gives us another Streamer Luck copy. Very nice. That gives us another star, so that does take him to 2 stars right there. A lot of diamonds, guys. That is why so many players do say the Awakened version of heroes are so expensive. But there we go. So we got one, guys. We got 2 stars, ascended, 3 of 9 furniture. Gonna have to build him out a little bit more. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the build. Again, getting him to ascended, putting the stars on him, putting the engraving, putting the furniture, going to be a game changer when it comes to PvP, when it comes to using him in different game modes. Even the damage that he's putting out, guys, that is going to be a game changer. Let's see, 31,000 right here. If we can get a couple of these heroes built, if we can continue putting some more furniture on Brutus at this point. Valorous we want to build out. There are a couple heroes, guys, that we still absolutely need to build out here. And what's going on, Antonio, with a super chat? Thank you for the super chat, guys. Love and support for the channel. I am loving it today on this Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon here. 31,000 diamonds, guys. We're going to continue to build out Brutus. There's a piece for Frampton. Frampton is another hero, guys. I built out Frampton. I don't really use him very much. As much as I would love to utilize Frampton in a bunch of different places, I find that I'm not using him really that much at his kind of viability. There's a piece for Sonya. Sonya, again, PvP spec-wise, Lightbearer Tower-wise, works. The thing, guys, we are going to use all of our cards on Brutus. Brutus is the priority until Brutus is complete. So we got 3 there. There's 2 more, so that will take us to 5 of 9 furniture already on him. And I don't think we had anyone else that was full. Yeah, that's what I have found. The same thing, Trisha, is I have found that Frampton I've used very occasionally in the Cursed Realm, or sometimes in the tower. Most of the time it's just fodder that he comes into a formation and dies really quick. Again, I haven't seen him utilized as much as I like. When it came out, it seemed like he was going to be used in a lot of different places. And I'm, again, still kind of on the fence, because I think that would be kind of the same with Valorous, is we don't see quite the heavy utilization that players were thinking. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Why do you think they don't rework the guild boss system and the new boss events? Mr. King, we've talked about it forever. I don't know. I cannot tell you. I play a couple other games. I play Infinite Magic Raid. There are a couple other titles. Even if you play old school Idle Heroes, if you played, there are so many better ways to do guild bosses than what AFK Arena does. I don't know if they think like they fulfilled the role just for the fact that they have the Twisted Realm and the Cursed Realm. I don't know exactly what they're thinking or why these guild bosses have been the exact same for 3+ years. This, again, I feel like is a massive, massive missed opportunity for AFK Arena, as well as the guild functionality itself. Most guilds have either consolidated or they've died. We've seen it kind of going on and on and on and on, that as less players play AFK Arena, they've just been kind of consolidating everything out of necessity. You know, they don't give or reward guilds working together, guilds growing together, doing things together, having kind of the collaborative effort of a guild. And again, a lot of other games do it incredibly well. And a lot of games, similar to this, don't seem to really care about that aspect at all. I don't know. Again, I don't know the logic behind it, but I'm a little disappointed that they haven't done anything with that part of AFK Arena, because I think it would be really, really cool to see with some of the changes. I would love to see some of the changes and some of that going on. I really do feel like that is a very big miss. Awaken Brutus or Awaken Thane, who to try? Tim, like we were talking about a little bit earlier, out of the two, they fill somewhat of a similar role. Now, Thane, of course, is probably the best PvP hero that we've seen to date. He does incredibly well within the PvP aspect. But when you look at the campaign, when you look at, Twisted Realm, Cursed Realm, things of that nature, not seeing very much utilization with him. With Brutus, we're seeing a lot more utility. That is again why I said earlier, why I would build out Brutus first is the utility as their respective towers. They do incredibly well. Is Brutus? Yes, exactly the same. Both of them do incredibly well. Getting 10 diamonds for dealing 57. Yeah, exactly. Rambola, the bosses have just, they need to fix it. They absolutely need to fix something on there. All right, guys, so we got a little bit of time left. I'm going to go through and continue through here. I think Mickey was on here earlier. I'm not sure, again, if he finished through here. I'm not sure how much he pushed through here. I know he was working through here and we were kind of going back and forth. So I think he went through here. And I'm not sure if he's on the same stage that I'm at because I'm not seeing him in here. But I look for a hero or a player that's roughly around where I'm at. So even here, 609, we're at 629. Again, power leveling, guys. Power leveling is a game changer when it comes to AFK Arena. Making progression in here, it is an absolute game changer when you can power level through stages, when you can essentially go through and build. Looks like we have a, I don't know why it places both, so we'll drop out BMOs. I think it puts Soul or the Awakened version of Solus in here somewhere. So there, my Brutus will work. It'll work in there. So we got Al Negrez in here. We do have the 5 pole here with Mishka and Aziz, and there we go. We got Thane in here with the Awakened version of Solus. So we'll let him go. Which Awaken is best to build for the Twisted and the Campaign Tower? Building them up, having one version of the Awakened version of Solus works incredibly well. Damage-wise, you're going to need Brutus built. You're going to need Thane built. Again, depending on the towers, the utility of Brutus is solid. We've seen him used in a lot of different game modes. He's very important when it comes to the PvP aspect, which is the reason why so many players are building out Brutus. He's tough. He is a tough hero to deal with, guys. Works incredibly well. He does work incredibly well. That is the reason we built him. I find myself personally using Brutus a lot more than I do Thane. And I know that rings true with a lot of players. It seems like, again, utility-wise, we're seeing a lot more utility out of Brutus than we are of Thane in different aspects of the game modes. All right, guys, so I'm going to hop over here, and I want to do what we've been doing with the support aspect over here of gifting memberships. Guys, I'm going to gift a membership every time that we go through here. Now, gifting the membership is random, so it does go randomly to a player when we gift a membership, but I think it's pretty cool to do a give back, guys. Every time that we do it, we will do the gifting of a membership. Not sure who it gave to, but it will, there we go. So Josh Almighty was gifted a membership. Every time we do it, I want to do it. Hello, sir, I'm a returning player, need your advice. I already maxed Belinda and furniture, and now reaching story 2934 and stuck. Do I need to burn all my diamonds to get a legendary? Who are you looking for, Rio? Because if you're maxing out Belinda's a hero, guys, that is going to fall off. There's not a lot of utility with Belinda. Look at some of the meta formations we're utilizing here. Because if you're already in chapter 30, you're going to start getting into multiple teams. So having Ainz, having Albedo, having Lucretia built, there's going to be heroes outside of that combination that you're going to want to build that are going to do incredibly well, Rio. You're at the point where meta formations, you're absolutely going to start building out your meta formations and start building them out. Easy way to do it is usually Ainz. Guys, Ainz is such a game-changing hero. You can do an incredible amount of damage with Ainz, and he does it as a very solid carry, especially early game, early mid game, even as you've seen right here in chapter 43. I still have Ainz within my formation. He's still used. We see heroes like Damon that is still being used. Brutus for the immunity still being used. But Raku, building heroes like Raku out works incredibly well. Scarlet you'll want to build out just because of, again, just because of some of the heroes. Scarlet, guys, a huge probably the biggest priority I would say in AFK Arena would still be Scarlet. My friend have recommended me a star. A star works pretty well. Meta formations, we don't really see her very much. And a lot of people use her as a damage dealer versus a support mitigation. Overall, a star is not one of the highest priority heroes that we have, but a star does work. Personally, I don't use a star. I have her built up a little bit. I don't have the engraving on her, but overall, like I said, a hero that probably niche at best. Even though I kind of like her toolkit, I don't really utilize it very much. Is Geralt and Yennefer. They are being used in a couple different places. We've actually seen them in some PvP formations, but overall, they're still too new, Alvin. So the big thing is with Geralt and Yennefer, they would build them out, or essentially players building them out right now are pay to win or whales. That is really the only ones. Once we get them to the redemption period, when you get them to the general public time, when you can get them free to play, when you don't have to purchase them, we'll probably see a lot more utilization for the heroes than what we're seeing now. Right now, again, the utilization is pretty low just because of the factor that a lot of players don't have them. What's going on, LOL? Is regular Brutus still good? So many players do continue to use the regular version of Brutus. Even a lot of formations in here, we do the same. We still utilize the regular version of Brutus in a lot of formations. And sometimes the pets carry over, sometimes the pets do not. I'm going to save my beast food right now till the point of getting the new beast. We know the tanking beast is coming pretty soon. We're going to let this auto battle, guys, and keep going. How can we get dimensionals from past faster? It just takes time. So with the mercenary aspect of you getting the older dimensional heroes, they cost a lot of resources. But once you garrison them, I believe 6 times, you get them for free. Again, now's not the time you want to garrison anybody because we know Geralt and Yennefer are coming. You want to save all your resources to get the dimensional heroes that are coming out. Once they're released, then you'll actually go back to garrisoning heroes like you have in the past. Again, it just takes a lot of time. It is a lot of time to get the garrison heroes, guys. They're expensive. And just like we've said before, they are a very expensive combination of heroes to get. And Brutus, guys, is just trucking over here, taking out Mizod. I love it. There's heavy in guild competitions. Yeah, I would love to see, again, they could do so much more with guilds. I think it's probably one of the absolute biggest misses that we've seen within AFK Arena. It is the guild aspect. I feel like it could be a game changer if they wanted it to be. There's so much they could do with it. But again, unfortunately, as of today, they don't. They're not really doing much with the guild aspect. But I would love to see it. Thank you for answering all the questions. Oh, you're welcome, Velvet. If this is one of your first time, guys, in video games, that I'm really no one plays games in my life, so when I get an opportunity to sit down, talk to you guys, chat, go over everything in AFK Arena, it's very, very cool. I love doing the streams, guys. It's something I look forward to doing every single week with you guys, being able to sit here, answer questions, and chat to you guys. And look at Scarlet. Just a monster when it comes to damage, guys. Such a incredible 6.23 billion damage. Scarlet is a hero, guys, you have to build out. And again, the sooner that you build her out, the stronger you build her out, the better she's going to perform. She's in so many aspects of AFK Arena. It's crazy how many places that we see Scarlet utilized when it comes to bosses, when it comes to Curse Realm, when it comes to Twisted Realm, the Grand Hunt, even the Temporal Rift, PvP. There's so many places that she is going to that she is used. Is Grez a good tank early game? Early game, LOL, Grez does not work very well. Grez does require a little bit of a build out to work incredibly well. But overall, early game Grez, even when I ran some of our race accounts, Grez doesn't work very well early game. More of a late game, more of a support. Because even within this formation, guys, the reason Grez works in this formation so well is Ulna. So Ulna provides Grez an immunity. Grez is a hero that has to scale. If Grez is not given the ability to scale, it doesn't work. He will die way too early if he cannot scale. Have any teams been posted for that debuff in Espria? Not that I've seen, Trisha. So they've been kind of going back and forth with the Heroes of Espria, with the Covenant of Peace. Again, looking at some of the absolute top players, when we look at Julius, when we look at a couple of them, it seems like it's kind of the same PvP teams for the debuff that's in here. Even like this team I run, the first team I run, the third team I run, the fourth team I run, the fifth team I run, the sixth team I have run. Again, it seems like a lot of the PvP formations that we're seeing, even with the debuff, are the same. It's been kind of, we've seen a lot of the same that we've seen before. Could you show the avatar frames? Yep. So avatar frames, guys, we have a lot of heroes. We have a lot of course, animated frames. We have quite a few in here. We've been starting a collection. We got, what, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4 of the Abyssal Expedition, 5, and then there is 7. Season 6 was when kind of everything fell apart with the Engraveyard. Also do have all of these Solemn Vow avatar frames. Pretty cool. And going back, guys, this is some of the LC, the Legends Championship frames, the HOE Elite frames. Remember, guys, this is not my oldest account. The FHG account is about a year previous to this one. This is when we started our pay-to-win account. When we started the pay-to-win account, we're on server 578. So we were already 578 servers into AFK Arena when this account specifically was created. Again, we were quite a bit down the AFK hole, even with Season 1 of the Abyssal Expedition. I have the frames on the FHG account, but I don't have them over here. Many thanks for your advice. My squad now, Lucius, Belinda, Rosaline, Twins, and Wukong. Who should I use a swap scroll that I have? Honestly, with that formation, for utility-wise, I would probably swap Rio, your 5-star Belinda, with a 5-star Scarlet. Scarlet, you're going to use for everything. Belinda, again, is not utilized really anywhere. Getting that 5-star built-out, maxed-out Scarlet is going to provide you the guild boss damage you need. It is going to provide you the Twisted Realm, the Cursed Realm when you get there. She can carry through a lot of the Lightbearer Tower. Swapping out, that would be one that I would probably use, because you said Belinda has furniture as well. If you engraved, you cannot swap. That is one absolute definite thing to remember, guys, that if you have engraving on a hero, you can no longer swap. It is locked from the swap scroll if you have begun engraving, where I know that's where a lot of players do get stuck with the engraving aspect, is they go to engrave, can't figure out why they can't engrave. That is why, guys. That is the absolute reason you cannot engrave, is because, or you cannot do the swap scroll because of the engraving. Yep. And that's why I said at Rio, when a hero is that high, most of the time, if it's engraved, you can't swap. You cannot swap scroll engraved heroes. I'd like to thank you for what you do. I'm recently on a trip in Sweden, and remember there was a stream on Sundays. Oh, very cool. So he's in Sweden watching the stream in a hotel room. That is dedication, guys. That is absolutely amazing. Derbeck, thank you for joining us for the stream. I might as well ask you, since I'm kind of bad at AFK, who would take out and put in my team. A main carry Damon. I have Grez, Odin, Grez, Nara, and Scarlet. Honestly, in there, you need more support. So you have Damon, which is a carry. You have Odin, you have Grez, you have Nara, you have Scarlet. You have 0 support within that formation, LOL. Putting in like a Silas in there, a Desira in there, would probably work well. Would probably work well in there within that formation. 2 copies away from Ascended Scarlet. Yes, Raphael. Scarlet, again, guys, are one of the absolute heroes that you want to build. You absolutely want to build out Scarlet, guys. I cannot stress it enough on the importance of building out Scarlet and building out Scarlet earlier. She works incredibly well. Well, welcome to Sweden. Very nice. I have Lucretia, Audrey, Mortis, Twins, and Mahira. Who does Stargaze next? Ulna. Noisy Martian. Ulna is a big priority. And what's going on? Big shout out to Ryan. Another super chat here. Thank you for all the support for the channel, guys. It's an amazing Sunday. But like I was saying, guys, Ulna. Noisy Martian. Ulna, right after building Lucretia, guys, Ulna is your next big priority hero within here. She will carry. She is a game changer for a hero. When you start looking at, some of the comps, she is awesome. She is absolutely amazing when it comes to any tank having an immunity in here. You want to build it out. After having 1-star Lucretia, should I switch to Ulna, or does Lucretia need to be? No. Where you're at, Velvet, 1-star Lucretia will work well. I would go in there and I would build out Ulna. There's going to be a point where you want to take Lucretia to 3 stars, but ultimately the stars right now do not matter for Lucretia because you do not have, at this point, Velvet, if you're earlier, she's probably not engraved. The stars you add to her are going to go higher as you're adding stars because of that engraving factor. If you don't have her engraved, the stars are going to have very minimal to no effect because, again, you don't have the engraving already done. Is there an engraving priority list? Is the one you made earlier? Alexander, yes, it is still pretty much the standard. Engraving really hasn't changed that much. And Lilith has really been pushing most players to have to engrave heroes. So we know the engraving, of course, was a absolute huge added expense to AFK Arena. But when it comes to building out the heroes, there's Mickey. See, Mickey is above us. I knew it. I don't know why he wasn't showing in the other formations. But yep, Mickey is here, guys. And I'm looking sure. There's Taylene. Taylene I'm always kind of questionable on. And then this is, it looks like Lucretia with halos. And then, of course, the Thorn Cheese. Let's see what else we got in here. I try to stay away from the Thorn Cheese, but again, still stay probably around my level. Which here, Thorn Cheese, 611. We're about where we're at. 615, again, Thorn Cheese. 629, Lucretia comp. Let's try this one out, guys. We'll see. I love the Lucretia comp. It works incredibly well. I'm so close to having Oden and Hodgkin. Yes, Oden works incredibly well. Chinese forums say that the next Awaken will be Kelthar. Yeah, King. So a lot of players were saying, kind of going back and forth. So we've heard kind of what people are saying with Dali. What Dali's talking about right now, players are saying is going to be essentially the Awakened version of Desira. So don't know, again, the truth behind that, but Dali has kind of an excerpt from the Graveborn Heroes that are talking about possibly Desira right here, guys, is going to be the next Awakened hero. A lot of players were saying Torn, which of course turned out to be a Chimera. So we're just going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait and see. I don't have them yet, but they're on the wish list. The current support I have is Tassie, Rosaline, Chicken, and Valoris. No, see, Tassie's a little bit of support, a little more of a crowd control. Rosaline works pretty well, but only following one specific hero. You need a lot more support than that. Do I recommend building the new Hypo out? Honestly, Diaz, I would say no. I'm going to pass on building the new tanking Hypo. Maybe in a little bit of time, maybe we'll see exactly where the Hypo is going to be used. But looking at the skills and abilities, being the tanking faction, when you start getting further into the campaign, it's more about the crowd control like the Mahira than the tanking aspect that we see for a lot of heroes. I don't think there's going to be an absolute ton of utilization for the new tanking hero. And of course, with any Celestial and Hypogen, they're expensive. That is really the other big thing, guys. They're very, very expensive to build, which means that a lot of your regular players are not going to build them at all. I'm not sure what's going on with this one. It's got Yennefer in here. That's pretty funny. I don't even know. Maybe Geralt was supposed to be in here. Maybe we missed something. I think it was Awaken. Oh, Awaken Solus was in here. That's why. I don't think. No, we've already used them. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one. Awaken Solus was actually the swap, this slot. Of course, it doesn't tell you that you're missing it. Let's see what Geralt can do. Probably just going to get crushed, but we can always give it a try. We can swap out and see what's going to work in there. Just woke up to a stream. Oh, what's going on, Ben? Warwick, SI30, and E30. I don't have him built out either way, Ben. I don't have him built out either way. It's kind of interesting to see. Let's try Thane in here. Thane with the SP effect, guys, does incredibly well. We have a few options in here. And I'm hoping that the damage Awaken Thane puts out with the mitigation that we see, again, might have to look at some different formations. Once again, thanks for the advice. Oh, thank you, Real. Absolutely not. I'm not sure what Trisha said absolutely not about, but we got an absolutely not. I feel like the Geralt Yennefer combination, it just doesn't work super well. Who else do we have in here? We have Peanut in here. We have Isolde in here. Let's see what else we got. So this is what, formation 4? Honestly, Leo, I guess maybe building. Yeah, that's my thought, Trisha, is yeah, I would not build him out. I think even here my Warwick is pretty not built at all. 22, no furniture, no. He works pretty well, but again, the investment in there, I really wouldn't throw a ton of investment in there. I think we already used Mishka though. Just because for the hero itself, see, Mishka's already used. That's going to be pretty tough if we don't have Mishka in this one. Lucretia, we already used Lucretia in a formation. Lucretia, as you can see, guys, a lot of players use a similar version of formations. I wonder if we could do... I wonder instead of Mishka, you know what? Let's try... I like playing around with some of these formations. Well, putting in right here, guys. Because I'm wondering if we can stun everybody and then the crowd control back here will work. Who should I build first, Silas or Desira? I personally like Silas. I like Silas because of the immunity, the healing, and also the buff that they give out there. And I don't think that Brutus, I don't think Scrag is going to be enough to kill Granite fast enough to freeze everybody. But overall, I like Silas better than Desira. Even used him a lot more overall. It seems like we're going to need maybe a Brutus. We talked about Brutus a little bit earlier. Let's use old school, or no, let's try new Brutus. Again, if we can get a little bit of the survivability in here. Just really need the crowd control. That's going to be kind of the big thing in here. Is K-Sauce already used? Oh, K-Sauce scares me. I don't know about that little K-Sauce guy. But I know with his life leech, guys, I couldn't even tell you the last time that I used K-Sauce in here. An incredible, I don't even know. He's here level 1. He is here level 1. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Brutus. Because Brutus, even not this spec, but even going with the regular version of Brutus, is of course going to, oh, he was in another formation. He's going to give us the ability to just do the immunity. Just do the immunity shield, essentially. Let's see if we can do it this way. I'm not sure how fast Brutus is going to be just crushed. I was hoping, again, if he could provide some crowd control, we might be able to get it down. Thank you for the information. It really helped. The best team for Damon as your carry. Yeah, Damon at carry. Damon just needs support. Damon is really the big thing with Damon. To get Damon to work well is the support factor. There, we got him froze. Oh, we should be able to get it. It might just work. It might work. It takes a little bit, guys. I know this isn't the optimal formation, but again, a little bit of the RNG. If we can get Leonardo to essentially close everyone off early. There we go. I figured we'd get it done. Just might take a little bit, but look at that, guys. We're on, what, 53 or 43, 53. 7 more stages, guys, and we are into chapter 44. We would be out of Candyland at that point. So we got through 3 boss stages today, which is absolutely amazing to get through there. Continuing through these stages, again, there's not a huge benefit to pushing through the campaign. The rewards, again, I feel like this is somewhat a miss on the part of Lilith. When you level up, you get, I think, 10 diamonds, which is kind of crazy. But I think, again, they could offer a bigger incentive to pushing in the campaign, which I think a lot more players would do. Most players will just get to a point and stop, and that's really it. I have a 5-star Iran and switch scroll. Who should I go for? Yeah, keep Iran. Lorenzo, Iran is absolutely a priority. We were even using him just a minute ago in 43. Absolutely, Iran is a big priority in here, guys, for the 5 pull. Also used in a lot of different areas. Now, is Oren worth building? So Oren overall, I have to test him out some more, guys. I've been actually building him up a little bit. Short of the tower, I don't really see him used anywhere, which, again, I don't like. I want heroes that have more utility than just being used in one single place. PvP, we're not seeing him either, so that means he's kind of been confined to essentially just the Wilder Tower at this point. And even where I have him built, he gets crushed in the Wilder Tower. He literally insta dies. But it's kind of a different priority, kind of a different place. Again, I don't like the fact, or I don't like utilizing and adding a lot of resources to build out a hero just for the tower. Then when I look at heroes like we were talking about Thisu earlier, again, building him out just specifically for the tower, it's very expensive to build out heroes, and it takes a long time to build them out. And what's going on? Vial of Toxin. We have another brand new subscriber. We are so very close. I think that might have been it. I think that might have been it for our actual subscriber count to hit our 27,000 subscribers for the channel already. So here, guys, we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to drop a formation in here. We're at about our time that we will be completed with our live stream. Looking at the formation, guys, Charizard in there again, Thorin Cheese in there, Lucretia in there, kind of the standard battle formations. It's incredible to think that after the amount of time that we have been playing AFK Arena, that most of these formations have not changed. A lot of it has been very similar formations, which is kind of crazy. And here it looked like Scarlet was... This formation is kind of interesting with Scarlet up front, because we just want her to ult, and there we go. Queen with Skarath and Iran can lock everyone together. Like we were just talking about Iran right here, guys. This is the reason why players build Iran. He works incredibly well, even at this high of a chapter, guys. Still pushing through and making progression in here. And look at that, guys, another subscriber. Again, I believe that is at our 27,000 subscribers. That was a milestone we were trying to hit on the stream today. I needed 5 coming in, so I believe we got well over 5 today. Got some new subscribers, got some donations. Guys, absolutely amazing Sunday to join us for the stream. Have 150 plus viewers on here. So the streams, guys, are gaining in popularity. Absolutely love it. Is Saurus worth it? Saurus is a hero that used to be utilized everywhere. Now he's just kind of niche at best. There's not a ton of places Saurus sees gameplay. We do see him in, I believe, 1 or 2 Twisted Realm comps. or excuse me, 1 or 2 cursed ground comps, but sometimes in a guild boss, sometimes not. I believe most recently he is used within the Temple Rift. So again, some of the heroes that we haven't seen for a considerable amount of time, we have seen kind of make a comeback in a couple different avenues. So all right, guys, so that'll do it for our Sunday stream, guys. Again, thank you guys. Rel just joining us, but we are finishing up our stream for today. I got to go out, got to do some shopping, guys. It is Sunday, get everything ready. Tomorrow is Columbus Day or Indigenous People. Depending on where you live, they've actually renamed a couple of the holidays in the United States, so it's kind of crazy. I'm brand new. What's going on, Slimy? Thanks for joining us. Again, that'll do it for today for our Sunday live stream, guys. Thank you for all the love and support for the channel. It honestly means a lot. It means a lot that I can sit down and talk to you guys about AFK Arena. It's something, again, that I look forward to doing every single Sunday, guys. My kids plan for it. My wife plans for it. They actually went out to the cider mill, but I have a lot of stuff to still take care of, including my lawn. So again, guys, that'll do it for today's stream. Hope you guys have a good Sunday. And as always, thank you guys for watching.